Go.
Good evening and welcome back to our Okinawan Kempo YouTube channel teaching some techniques of Kiyojute Ryu. We're beginning a new series on the heels of the self-defense that we've been working on for the last several weeks. Tonight we begin the Kihon Jugo. These are the 15 basic techniques that are required for promotion to yellow belt, and they have sort of a special place in Kiyojute Ryu. I'm a mathematician from my past life. That was my first job out of university. And in mathematics, there are certain sets that are called kernel, like seed. And the kernel generates a larger set based upon an operation. The Kihon Jugo is like that for Kiyojute Ryu. These 15 moves, which represent in some ways what is most simple in what we do, you can really create all the 10 arts and all of their beautiful complexity by deeply considering and by making subtle adjustments to these moves. So the first three movements are the foundational nage waza, or throwing techniques. The first is Ogoshi. Now, to do Ogoshi from a typical nage no kata or a phase one standpoint, you advance, you pull the person forward and off balance, and then load them up onto your hip and throw them to the ground. Ogoshi there is essentially a throw over the hip, holding the arm and the waist. So that is Ogoshi. Now, a simple application for Ogoshi is to defend against a roundhouse punch. I'm going to do outer circular block, grab his arm above the elbow, and then hop into that same relative position to execute the Ogoshi going around his waist. Let's do one this way. Block, grab above the elbow, same relative position, and then throw him over the hip. Finally, and this is not required for promotion to yellow belt, but we're going to cover them just to add some spice as we're going through these basic movements. Black belts do phase one and phase two, which you just saw, and then also phase three. And the idea behind a phase three is to cope with a difficult attacker, to cope with resistance to the technique. It's sort of the answer to the, well, what would you do if question. So what would I do if I block that arm and I'm scared to death? I feel the power in his arm. I see the crazy in his eyes. I see that hand rearing back. I'm going to do an inverted punch to his body, a knee into his groin, and then place my foot to make the same throw. So phase three is just really sort of an extension of the technique. Block into the body, into the groin, and then the same throw to finish. Now with Ogoshi, we have the mother of all hip throws. Everything that we do for the rest of the curriculum, from Haragoshi to Hanagoshi to the nameless throws of Ninjutsu and Toire, anytime you're pushing the person over your hip, we remember Ogoshi. We hope you'll like and subscribe, ring the bell to receive notifications of when new videos come out, and we'll see you in the next one as we continue the 15 great basic movements. Thanks.